To this now, the City of Tshwane has approved Mayor Nasiphi Moya's adjusted budget during an ordinary sitting on Thursday. Presenting the adjusted budget, Dr. Moya lamented the extent of wasteful and unauthorized expenditure by the previous DA-led administration. While the budget remains unchanged from the 50.6 billion tabled in June last year, the mayor announced changes in terms of priority areas, including increases in water tanker provision in the metro. Juniour Khumalo joins us now live. Smooth sailing for Dr. Moya. Junior?
Not at all, Vuyo. There was a lot of disturbances actually during the report that was presented by the mayor, basically adjusting the budget that was presented last year by the Democratic Alliance in June. She only took over office in October, so the current administration basically has been working around that 50.6 billion budget that was tabled by the Democratic Alliance. As you may remember, Action SA was actually part of that coalition with the Democratic Alliance, but now they are in a coalition with the ANC as well as the EFF. And the one thing that she did do a lot of was basically highlighting the fruitless and wasteful expenditure that was incurred under the previous administration. She indicated that there was 3 billion in fruitless and wasteful expenditure and 2.1 billion in unauthorized expenditure that was incurred under that Democratic Alliance administration, basically, meaning that there are further challenges when it comes to the budget that is in place now for this current administration. But also she indicated that this is actually an opportunity for this current administration to refocus some of that money to trying to assist the citizens of Tshwane. As you may know, Vuyo, there has been a lot of water challenges when it comes to Hammanskraal, when it comes to the people living in Mamelodi as well. They have faced a lot of water challenges. So to try and alleviate this, this current administration is placing about 300 million towards towards water tankers, the provision of water tankers to these individuals. But obviously the Democratic Alliance was crying foul, saying that this money should be used to try and basically maintain the water infrastructure and try and upgrade it so that there is an improvement of water provision. But another sticking or stumbling block for the mayor was actually the increase of money towards security services within the metro itself. The Democratic Alliance basically pointing fingers at her deputy mayor, saying that he is actually benefiting from those tenders, those security tenders. Today, the mayor, when she spoke to me about a few minutes ago, basically detailing that she has agreed to open an investigation into her own deputy mayor when it comes to whether he is benefiting or not from those security tenders that are going to be given out for you.
I'm always curious, Junior, whenever people criticize or put the blame, or point the finger at people they would have been working with, what that actually means, especially when they never or rarely ever take us into confidence as to what would have happened. In other words, if you're part of a coalition or an arrangement and you come out of it and then you're blaming your previous partner, how do you explain yourself out of that? In other words, because at the very least, I think ratepayers in Tshwane do deserve an explanation. Someone who takes them into confidence and said, look, this is what I wanted to do, or we wanted to do, our party that is, but we're not allowed by so-and-so. They advance this or the other reason. Did you do that?
No, at no point did she explain why Action SA, when they were still in coalition with the Democratic Alliance, allowed some of this expenditure that was incurred under the previous administration. We did hear even the Democratic Alliance today raising some of those points that you are raising, for you, saying that this is only happening now because it is closer to the local government elections that are going to either happen towards the end of 2026 or the beginning of 2027. So pure politics politicking. This is how the Democratic Alliance has described this. As you know, the city has been struggling basically to collect revenue. In December last year, the same mayor basically indicated that the city is owed about 24 billion rand. So these are part of the challenges that actually should be addressed to try and provide services if indeed this is for the citizens of Tshwane. But we did hear the mayor saying that we are improving in collecting revenue. I think she's mentioned a figure of 2.4 million that has actually been collected in revenue. She said that there was some errors when it comes to billing. About 10,000 household or businesses that were actually not being billed during the previous administration. This was found out by the new administration when they were taking stock and they were basically taking over from the previous administration. So since then, when they started billing these over 10,000 households, then they've managed to raise about 2.4 billion rand. This has reduced the deficit, which was about 4.4 billion to about 1 billion when it comes to the 2024-2025 budget.
One wonders if it's a question of, it's the politics. Stupid. Well, Juniour Khumalo, following, of course, the approval of that budget in the city of Tshwane.